Hello students, I am Divyoti Ponda, lecturer in physics. In today's video lecture, we will start a new chapter, that is chapter 3, Kinematics, motion in a straight line. So before going to the chapter, let's discuss some topic related to kinematics. The first one is mechanics. The mechanics is a branch of physics that deals with the condition of rest or motion of the objects around us. So it is one of the oldest branch of physics and it is divided into three sub branch. One is static, another one is kinematics, and another one is dynamics. So mechanics is deal with body at rest or motion. So what is body at rest? Body at rest means the body is not changing its position with respect to its surrounding with the passage of time. Time change हो रहा है but body is not changing its position with respect to its surrounding. Motion means body is changing its position with respect to surrounding, okay, with passage of time. So first one is static. So static is the branch of mechanics that deals with the study of objects at rest or equilibrium. So the measurement of time is not essential for static because we are dealing with body at rest. So time is not essential because at rest position the body is not what depending upon the time. Then equilibrium, a body is said to be in equilibrium if there are several forces acting in a body and the resultant of net force acted upon a body is zero, or there is no effect of any force upon the body. Then second one, kinematics. Kinematics is the branch of mechanics that deals with the study of motion of object. It deals with the study of motion of object. The body at motion means body is changing its position with respect to time, so it will depend upon time. Then or we take the time as a we will consider the time. Then it is the branch of mechanics that deal with the study of motion of object without considering the cause of motion. Here we are not considering the cause of motion or the forces. Here the measurement of time is essential. The word kinematics comes from a Greek word kinema, means motion. And third one, dynamics. It is a branch of mechanics that deals with the study of motion of object by considering the cause of their motion. Here also the consideration of time is essential. So that in kinematics we are not considering the cause of motion, but in dynamics we are considering the cause of motion. So both kinematics and dynamics are dependent. In both kinematics and dynamics we are considering time, or time concentration is much essential. So there is a flowchart I have showing you. One is mechanics. We have divided mechanics into three parts. One is static, kinematics, and dynamic accordingly. So static is body in rest, time factor is not considered. Kinematics, body in motion, cause of motion is not considered, time taken into consideration. Dynamic, body in motion, cause of motion is considered, time taken into consideration. Then rest and motion. Rest, an object is said to be at rest if it does not change its position with respect to its surrounding with the passage of time, like book lying on the table or stone lying on ground or pigeon, like that. Then motion, an object is said to be in motion if it changes its position with respect to surrounding with the passage of time. Then example, car moving, person walking, train moving on the rail. Okay. Then next topic, always remember rest and motion are relative term because they both are relative to each other. Okay, so why both are relative? Let's consider a passenger sitting inside a moving train. He may be rest with respect to his fellow passenger, but he is in motion with respect to an object outside the train. Okay, thus an object may be at rest with respect to an object, but at the same time it may be in motion with respect to some other object. Thus, rest and motion both are relative terms. So simultaneously the object is rest with respect to some another object, but at the same time the object is also in motion with respect to some another object. That's why both are related to each other. And also always remember, absolute rest and absolute motion are unknown because they does not exist at all. So in order to understand why, let's consider a point absolutely fixed. Point is absolutely fixed mean पूरा वो fixed है. That point is not moving with respect to any other object or with respect to its surrounding or surrounding surrounding. Then at best and consider the point h at h reference point. So no such point is exist in the actually no absolute rest point is exist because if some if that point is at rest, what with respect to some other point, but at the same time the point is at motion with respect to what some also some other point according to our definition, like rest and motion both are relative. So there is no such point exists in the universe. Why? Because the point is rest, but our earth is circulating around its what axis. So the point is also moving with respect to the what earth. Then earth is also moving around the sun, but the entire solar system also travels through its own galaxy, the Milky Way, and the cluster of galaxy moving with respect to another cluster. So no object in the universe is in the state of absolute rest. As no object in the universe is at absolute rest, so absolute motion cannot be realized. Only relative rest and relative motion can be realized. Okay, concept of point object. If the position of an object changes by distance, it's much greater than its original size. The position of object changes by distance. So this distance by how much the position of the object change is greater than its original size, much greater than, very greater than the original size. Then the object may be considered as point object. Or if the position of an object changes by distance is much greater than its original size in a reasonable duration of time, then the object may be considered as point object. Example: Earth can be regarded as point object for studying its motion around the sun. A train under a journey of several hundred kilometers can be regarded also as a point object. So, in details, we will discuss during our class. Thank you very much. Write your note on your note copy.